risk all by this, my lady.
You told me to listen to my heart.
But for me, Beth wouldn't be on a ship that lies at the bottom of the ocean.
I think you dream of the life you lost and the man you loved.
You risk everything for love.
Do you think me foolish? Can you understand that?
I can.
Monmouth would support the murder of his own father.
He would be king. Your father never gave up hope that England would one day be a republic.
I want you both hanged as adulterers.
I didn't believe he'd do it. I sure didn't believe that'd work so well. He knows, Henry.
Praise the Lord. He cleared the land for us.
Henry's dead. And we need your help.
The traitor Sidney awaits trial in the Tower, Your Grace.
That old Roundhead. He called the murder of our father the bravest act that ever was done in England. Destroy him.
Will he be the last, Jeffries? Or will the plotting go on and on?
I believe he is the last of the great men that conspired against you, Majesty.
Except for your bastard son, Monmouth.
Yes. Except for Jamie. Then do what you must with Sidney.
The Lord demands 2 witnesses in a trial for high treason. The turncoat Howard is one, and the outlaw Goff is the other. After a day or so more in my care.
Have you not broken him yet?
Almost, Your Grace, almost. Who's there? What devil are you?
No devil, my lord, but a Christian woman come to pray with Abraham Goff that he may confess and be spared the rack.
Pray with him, then. Pray that he gives me the evidence I need. You'll still see his heart cut out in the marketplace.
Since the day I first saw you, I've loved you. He's broken your bones. This will take away the pain. You must drink it all.
Stay where you are, old fella.
He's here. He's here.
We freed the plague. That's what we threw him in the pit without delay.
Bring him up, you fools. Hangman, take off the head, quarter him and throw the entrails to the dogs. I want him displayed on the city gates within the hour.
He's gone, my lord. The anatomist must have had him.
He's cold as ice, Agnes. How many drops did he give him?
Too many, I fear.
We'll bury him here, in White Woods.
Grandfather.
I will help you. You must stay hidden. Wear my other dress. Nor can burn those clothes. Henry Cresswell was a cruel man. I cannot mourn his passing. But if those Indians died of smallpox, it was God's providence and nothing else. Why would God want to exterminate such good people?
Ah, Ned. Glad to see you made it out of there. Wasn't it hell when those Redskins burst into camp and murdered poor Henry Cresswell? Or are we saying a tree fell on him or a grizzly bear ate him up? Anyway, I'm sure you'll let me know what it is that you want folks to believe.
What did he tell you?
He told me what he saw. He came out of that cabin and he found Henry Cresswell dead, and you gone. The whole of Boston will be all too ready to believe that you murdered Henry so you could have his widow. I'll be paying off that drunk for the rest of his life.
Did you know about the blankets?
What blankets?
You know what blankets. Tell me the truth.
Ned, look. Randolph holds our future in his hands. What you call the truth would bring down the Hawkins Bay Company. That truth would give the king the excuse he needs to take away Massachusetts' charter. And that same truth would hang your lady friend. So we need to tell Randolph something clearer than the truth. Cresswell got their sachem to make his mark. Will that stand up in an English court?
So what happened to your trailblazer?
Savages got drunk, picked a fight.
Your son's a lucky fellow
Lucky?
to have escaped unharmed.
Henry Cresswell's hellish death, cut to pieces by heathens, is the price we pay for opening up the frontier. Consider, Mr. Randolph, each new town we plant becomes another part of England. Another part of the new world that will never be swallowed up by Holland or France.
Yeah, it's being swallowed up by the Hawkins Bay Company.
Men will not venture all to tame the wilderness for no reward. We are not Virginia, sir. We cannot get tobacco to grow. Nor have we found gold to mine.
Land is gold in Massachusetts. That's why Mr. Randolph is here.
I'm here, young man, to remind Massachusetts it is a colony and not a republic. New England belongs to His Britannic Majesty.
Massachusetts belongs to the people.
His Majesty's sovereignty is not questioned by moderate men.
If His Majesty were assured that as Massachusetts grows rich, so will his exchequer, he might promise not to extinguish your charter.
Charles Stuart promised England justice and no persecution.
Assure His Majesty that he will enjoy the bounty of his new world. And as a gesture of our sincerity, the Hawkins Bay Company invites you personally, Mr. Randolph, to become a shareholder in our new town.
I trust you are comforting Widow Cresswell.
I was lost and afraid if they healed me with love.
Love.
They believed I was sent by the Great Spirit to bear a son who would reunite their tribe.
Why did this Great Spirit not send them one of their own kind? So you forgot who you were and where you came
I did not forget. But I could not bear to remember. I had to survive.
Forgive me if I was unkind. But I think of them as dark creatures with black souls. I hate them for killing my mother.
There are many civilized men with black souls. I saw Judge Jeffreys and his magistrate drinking wine as they watched my mother burn alive.
Why are you so angry?
You were born an English subject, and you will die an English subject. I was born here, and I will be an American.
Good health and a long life. You'll need both to see that day. Let me tell you why I had to make a deal with that villain Randolph. Ned, it isn't about bending the knee to the English king. It's about how we preserve our independence, how we protect our liberty.
Liberty. Liberty to be a land pirate. Liberty to kill anybody that stands in your way.
My son, if you truly believe that of your own father, then go to the General Court and denounce me. Even if they believed you, there isn't a single man who'd condemn me for doing God's will in clearing the wilderness for his chosen people.
How are you preserving our independence?
By never challenging Charles Stuart and never asking him for anything. Even in the war, when the savages were massacring us by the hundreds, burning our towns, we never asked for his help. Why not? Because we don't want English troops in Massachusetts. He'd use them to crush us the way he did your friends in Oxford. I need some fresh air.
Indians burned our towns because we agreed to share the land and then we took it from them.
Let me tell you what I dream of.
I dream of a vast continent, a republic where millions of men live free from tyranny.
And the Hawkins Bay Company can help this dream come true. But only if we stay united.
And we must not let the Indians get in the way of our new nation. And we must not let womanish sensibilities stand in the way of what needs to be done. Your English friend could bring down the company if she reveals who she is, what she knows. You must take her to Pond Farm, beyond the causeway, and let her have the child there, out of town.
Father! The dream, Ned. The company. Promise me!
I promise. I promise.
There's so much of this beautiful land. You're a good man, Ned. I know you will do the right thing.
I need to be sure what the right thing is, Beth. For all of us.
A town cannot be built on the graves of innocents. Tear up that quitclaim. Return the land to Masca's tribe so they can go home.
As you all know, it was my father's wish that I should take over the Hawkins Bay Company. I've decided to do so.
Why is Widow Cresswell here?
Hope has inherited her late husband's shares.
No breath of scandal must touch the company, Ned.
There will be no scandal. Ned and I will marry as soon as we can.
You know how this will look, Ned. Questions are still being asked about how Henry Cresswell died.
And why?
Idle gossip. Ignore it. There will be changes in the way that we do business. No more stealing land from the Indians.
Hold on, Ned.
And no more bearing down on settlers for higher rents.
What's he talking about?
I want this company to lead the way in defending the independence of Massachusetts. As part of a continental republic.
You'll ruin us! All we hear from Old England is how ruthlessly Charles Stuart is dealing with opposition. We should be cooperating with Randolph, not provoking him.
Your father always knew how to handle the English king. He would have made him Emperor of America rather than risk our privileges.
Martha, soon the only privilege left to us will be not to be sold as slaves. They are the past. We are the future. You're doing the right thing.
his people. Remember your promise.
I promise. I want to name him for his father, Masker. Strong one.
Let him take that name when it is time for him to lead his people. He was born at first light. Call him Kizos, child of the rising sun.
Break that, you ugly sow, and you and your useless grandfather can be a burden in some other household.
Beg your pardon, sir. Oh, they're my ladies.
Everything in this house belongs to me. Dead women don't wear dresses.
Get on with your work!
Major Wildman imprisoned. Monmouth exiled to the Netherlands. Who will keep the flame of the good old cause alight now all the great men are rounded up or dead?
You will, Grandfather.
Colonel Sidney on trial for his life, for imagining the death of the king and stirring up a rebellion. Half the kingdom have imagined the death of this king.
Can you arrest someone for the thoughts inside their head? Today I imagine stabbing Hardwick through the heart to be rid of him. Oh, will you not stay and eat with us?
No.
Do not go to London. I beg you. They will kill you!
They think I'm dead already.
Expect no more. His heart lies at the bottom of the ocean.
Colonel Sidney and myself and diverse others met at his house in Seven Dials, where we discussed the assassination of the King and the Duke of York at the Rye House.
If this is so, my Lord Howard shall be charged alongside me.
Be silent!
And he owes me a great sum of money, which he hopes to avoid paying. The law requires 2 witnesses to an act of high treason. Where is your second?
Here is the manuscript found in Colonel Sidney's house, ma'am.
The power of calling and dissolving parliaments is not in the king. The people have not merely a right, but a duty to disobey bad laws and kill a tyrant. Treason on every page. Overturn the king, give power to the people.
Sir, your second witness. My own private thoughts. A man should be free to write what he pleases unless he publish it. Is English justice brought so low?
These papers are proof Colonel Sidney imagined the death of the king. That act of the mind is treason. though it remain in the heart. It cannot be punished, however, until it is written down. In that instant, those thoughts become an intention to act. Now the law can take hold of it and punish it as high treason. After this evidence, I think no man will doubt. It was in the heart of Colonel Sidney to destroy the king.
Guilty.
You shall be drawn upon a hurdle to the place of execution, where you shall be hanged by the neck and, being alive, cut down. Your privy member shall be cut off and burned before your face, your head severed from your body, and your body divided into 4 quarters, and they to be disposed of at the pleasure of the king.
You have maliciously persecuted me and made a mockery of the law of England.
I pray God work in you a better temper to go into the next world, for I see you are too disordered for this one.
My lord, feel my pulse. See if I am disordered. I bless God I never was in better temper than I am now. The tyrant may kill me as he pleases, but I will choose the manner in which I meet my death. I will die like a true Republican! The cause must live on, Abe. These are my last words. On the day of my execution, I shall hand them to the sheriff, but Jeffreys will suppress them. Take this copy out into the world. Send it to your young friends in Massachusetts.
I will avenge you, sir. Jeffreys will be my first mark.
The time for violence and vengeance is gone, my friend. The day is theirs. But tomorrow will belong to us. If we show we're better men than they are by how we live and how we die. You once learned how to save lives, not take them. God gave you a healing touch. Find it again.
Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
There's a strong one sent a sign yet.
How did you know?
Massachusetts law. All boys must learn to kill Indians.
Come on, boys! Kill the dog! Kill the devil! Kill the devil! Kill the devil! Yeah.
Look at my son. Is he a devil? Does he look like a dog? Must find another hiding place.
I'll fetch help.
Beth, it's us.
How can our sons ever live in peace when you teach children to hate and kill?
They can't. Too much blood has been spilt. The Red Man will never stop trying to take back what he once had. We will never move off the land we settled with our own blood. Boys like my son will always have to carry guns.
Then I will take my son to his rightful home upriver. Did you destroy that quitclaim?
I can't do that, Beth. Not without losing the support of the shareholders. And if I lose them, I lose the company. And if I lose the company, I have no power to defend the might of Charles Stuart when he tries to take away our liberties.
How dare you talk of liberties? You saw what was done to Maskin, the tribe.
I also saw what was done to the godly people of Hadley.
And there will be no end to this. You will go on swallowing this land up until there is
I want to
nothing
help build a
left
new
of it.
nation. Not another England suffocating in privilege and corruption. A new world for free men to live in.
The Indians were free until you settlers came. Abe Goff would champion the weak, not the strong.
Abe Goff is dead, Beth.
He died in Oxford jail. Another failed attempt to kill the king. The town militia will soon be combing these woods. We need to move you now, Beth.
Wait, it might be Nolka.
Nolka?
They will take him far into the woods, beyond the reach of the white man. He will live the life of his father.
I will not give him up.
If he stays among white men, will he be free? Or will he be a slave like me?
Stay back!
Stop! No more blood!
will go with them. I promised his father he would lead the tribe. Beth, don't go. Beth. Kisses. Kisses. Wait, what? Nolka, I'm coming.
No. Not you. You do not belong with us.
No! Jesus! Let me go with him! Jesus! Jesus! Jesus!
Digitalis and Polypody for convulsions.
Pillbugs. For bad digestion.
I beg you to come to the clay pits. My son's leg is crushed. Please.
It's too dangerous, Aim.
Get that boy away from here. Enough time has been wasted. I'll get to it.
Brave boy, you're nearly done.
I know who you are.
You know who I was.
Not one of us would give you away.
Hold him.
Will he walk again?
So he'll be a cripple.
Then how will he live? And who will look after us when we're old? Is this all there is for us now? To live out our lives under the heels of tyrants like Ardwick?
No, Ralph. That's not all there is for you. It is the absolute right of the people to have the government they choose. These are the last words of an English hero. His name was Colonel Sidney. They cut off his head for thinking these thoughts. I smuggled his manuscript out of the Tower of London.
You did that, Abe? That was bold.
The people have not only a right, but a duty to disobey bad laws and kill a tyrant.
There is not a king in the world that hath any title to his crown, nor can his heir have any.
Printed in Rotterdam, 1,000 were found hidden on a ship bound for Massachusetts.
And this sedition has already traveled to the New World.
Brother, why do you hesitate? Annul their charter. Make Boston bend the knee to English rule.
find nothing here.
The day will come, fellow Bostonians, when you have to decide whether you are subjects of the old world or citizens of this new one. Curtains for our new home.
Curtains?
For dressing windows. The latest fashion in old England.
No need for English vanities here. We have shutters.
I asked Bristol to put one in every bolt of cloth they sent to us.
He's dead. The king's dead.
The Duke of Monmouth has raised an army in Holland ready to invade England.
Let me see. This news is already 2 months old.
Monmouth could be king by now. It's time I went home. Monmouth is king. I can hope for a pardon, no more hiding.
And if he is not? What if the rebellion was crushed?
No matter, Ned. England is stirring again. The grip of the Stuarts is loosening. I must play my part. Just as my mother would have done.
Documents, please. What is your business in England?
I'm a free-born Englishwoman.
Carry on.
I do think we're foolish.
You asked me that a long time ago, on the roof of Fanshawe House. I did not then, and I do not now. I think you brimful of love and courage. The bravest man I ever knew gave me this. May it bring you good fortune. Shall we ever meet again?
One day I shall return to find my son. Farewell, dear friend.
If old King Charles scourged us with whips, this new King James will sting us with scorpions.
Not if we keep ourselves to ourselves, Grandfather. Oh, look. Look, Celandines.
With Monmouth on the march, how can we keep ourselves to ourselves?
We must stay quiet, Grandfather.
Do you think Abel... Do you think Abe will stay quiet when he hears the drums beat and the trumpets sound?
He's a healer now, Grandfather. Not a killer. Grandfather.
For the good old cause. God and the Protestant religion. See there? a pike, a Naseby. Bullard at Dunbar, outnumbered 2 to 1, our backs against the sea. So great a victory, old Noel declared, God must be an Englishman.
Abe, please persuade him not to join Monmouth's rebellion.
No. He should be leading our troop. And if you were allowed to take you with me,
What troop?
mark my word, they'll be here any minute.
Abe, please.
Adam, the country will not rise up. The great men are all dead, and those that live are too comfortable in their soft beds.
It is you that will not rise up. It is you that is too comfortable.
Grandfather.
Will you wait another 20 years? Do you want to leave this battle to old men? No. It must be won by young men, that you may fashion a new world from your victory.
There will be no victory, Adam.
I will overturn it. It will be no more till he comes whose right it is. Ezekiel, chapter 21.
Monmouth is no Messiah.
King James has stopped work on Winchester Palace.
Really?
But I've already supplied 50,000 bricks and I haven't been paid.
His Majesty has weightier matters on his mind.
The rebellion?
The King's army will cut Monmouth's motley crew to ribbons. Those left standing I shall hang on every tree between Taunton and Dorchester.
King James commands I should strike terror into their hearts.
I must do this to protect our King and preserve our way of life.
To our way of life.
Any notion of a republic in England will be extinguished forever.
The clay pits are now closed! Go home!
Wait! How shall we feed ourselves and our children?
Feed yourself off the land like your fathers did.
You turned it into clay pits. We have nothing and you have all!
You can take your Republican views and never come back!
Farewell, Abe. I have always loved you.
Overturn! 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 Overturn!
Grandfather!
Overturn! Come on. Stand by me, comrade in arms.
Why should we Americans bend the knee to the king of a small island on the other side of the world?
Bold men in England are rising up against the new tyrant, James Stewart. We must seize the moment. Hold Algernon Sidney's words in your hearts, and they will live forever. Once liberty is gone, my friends, it is gone forever.
Have courage, friends, and we will prevail.
This hand, enemy to tyrants, seeks peace with liberty.
I'm looking for an old man from Oxfordshire. He had his granddaughter with him.
Charlie Bristol Docks.
The fort is closing!
my birth.
Has anyone seen an old man and a young girl?
What happened?
Butchered.
Were you from Monmouth?
You ran away. Bill Cause is dead and gone.
Last coach to Oxford. Seats left on the coach to Oxford.
When does it leave?
Leaves in an hour.
I'll take it.
I'm looking for an old man from Oxfordshire. He had his granddaughter.
There was a girl. Just as a boy. Helping an old man along.
What became of them?
The King's men caught up with us 2 miles east on the Oxford Road. I think the girl and the old man escaped.
Dear God, you have abandoned us. And I have brought this upon us all.
Hey. It was God's providence that brought us together again on that dreadful day. I took him home to Whiteham Woods, and there we made a bed on the hard ground. Hidden away, we healed each other's wounds while the world beyond began to turn once more. Sometimes the world is turned by the bravery and sacrifice of extraordinary men and women who risk all in the cause of liberty and justice and love. After all the loss, the grief, the suffering, love heals and restores. Love endures.
More fantastic new drama here on 4 every Sunday night at 9 with Fargo. If you missed the opening episode, it's on 4OD now. Well, next tonight, we follow Wesley Warren Jr., the man with the 10 stone testicles, attempting to cure his painful and embarrassing condition.